I feel that I need to make a video to follow up on my last video because a lot of my followers are commenting underneath my video at BitChute and at YouTube that they're getting really sick from Loree's bombs and really frustrated. And they want to know why Loree's doing this. I think the reason Loree's doing this is because she wants to take down Trump. Um, Trump is one of my staunchest supporters. I'm not even sure I'm going to vote for him, but he's one of my staunchest supporters, and he tries to work around all of the problems she creates, for him to enforce my conspiracy law. Like for a while he had an evil wife, and then we took care of that. And I think Loree believes that if she can get Trump out of office, and that she can defeat me. And she thinks she can override my conspiracy law. From what I understand, I am the U.S. president, but I think that's why she's doing it. She wants to get rid of Trump. I'm not really sure if getting rid of Trump will solve her problems, though, because from what I understand, I am the U.S. president, and I've made conspiracy law the supreme law of the land. But the main reason I'm making this video isn't to talk about politics. Jesus told me to stay out of politics. It's to help you all that are getting sick from Loree's bombs and let you know that I do think that, remember this, that it gets darkest right before dawn. Okay, I think we are very close to defeating Loree McBride. That's what I feel in my guts. I haven't heard from my men in a long time, and I know they've been in court with my family and Loree, and I think we're very close. So just keep doing the Gale commandments. I get frustrated with Jesus too. I said, Jesus, why can't my Gale shield, protect us from these germs and these bombs? Loree has found a way to outsmart my Gale shield. Let me just say this, folks, as bad as it is getting sick from these bombs, it would be far worse if we weren't using our shield technology. And actually, I wrote conspiracy law about a year ago to deal with the germs, but I haven't publicized that law because I don't want Loree to figure out, oh, I'm coughing because of the germs right now. Though I think she's figured out a lot of it, but I don't want her to figure out what we're doing to try to take her germs out of the air, because then she'll come up with a way to counter it. I think she already has figured out a lot, though. But I and my men, we are constantly trying to clean up the air. We're trying to come up with technology to defeat her germ bombs, but it appears what she's doing is using automatons. And see, an automaton is not going to be affected by the germ bomb, so that would be the way to defeat us. She's using automatons to launch the bombs underneath the shield. And even though we might take them out, it appears she's come up with a method to launch the bombs at split-second fast, which is why I can't catch the bombs on camera being launched. It's really fast. Like, it's split second. And I think she does it really fast because she's trying to defeat all the mechanisms we have in place to stop her from launching these bombs. And she realizes in order to do it, she has to have a fast launch. I think it's like in milliseconds. So, like normally when you think of a bomb, you think of a missile coming over and dropping it. She's not using that method. She's launching the bombs underneath the shields using automatons like robots. So the robots, that way she can launch. If she used human beings, her bombs are so filled with germs, they would probably die from the infection like within 10 seconds after being exposed to the bomb. They'd probably suffocate and die because the germs would just go right to the lungs and knock them out. So she's using automatons, I believe, to launch the bombs. And she'll use like Star Trek-like transporter technology to land the automaton right underneath my shield and launch the bomb. And I think she actually aims the bomb toward the ground, trying to get it to hit. But my shield pops the balm up and it holds it up, but she's coming up now. She's coming up now with stronger bombs that launches like it hits the ground really hard, and my shield is not able to put it up as high as I would like. And I have a beef with Jesus about this. Like, Jesus, why are you letting her do this? Why don't you stop her? And the answer that I seem to be getting is, she's about to be defeated, Gail. Just hold on. Keep doing the Gail commandments and trust me. I cannot interfere, Gail. See, Jesus, if he interferes, then Satan will have the right to deal with me directly, which Satan did in 2012. And I'm no match for Satan, and Jesus knows that. So as bad as it is, folks, it would be a lot worse if I didn't have my Gale shield and if my men weren't trying to clean the air. It would be a lot worse. Anyways, I just want to encourage you to keep doing the Gale commandments. And here are some things that I do to deal with the congestion, okay? Here's what I suggest you do. I'm going to have a link underneath this video on how you can order. This is the Neti pot that I use. What I usually do is I fill it about halfway with spring water right up here, or distilled water. Don't use sink water, use clean water. I use like the spring water that I buy at Walmart. It doesn't have to be Walmart. It could be Publix or wherever you want to shop. Halfway. Then I put in 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt into the mixture. Then I get a clean spoon or fork and mix it all together. And it might be even good then to put this in the microwave, if you have a microwave, and heat it for about 30 seconds. Okay? But make sure the water's clean. And you need to keep this clean too. Like, wash this every day. And then what I do is at bedtime, or whenever at bedtime, what you do, so you got a salt water solution in here. You put it in this nostril like this. Then you tilt your nose over the sink and the water will come out this nostril. And you let it come out in a stream like this. Oops, I'm about to do it to myself. I have a little bit of water in here. Let's pour it out. Anyways, so you tilt it. You tilt it like this, and then the water will come out on a stream. And you do it, let it come out for about, at least 30 seconds. Okay, then you switch sides, and you do it this way. It'll come out on a stream on this side. Do it over the sink, okay? At least 30 seconds. Then you get a tissue and you blow your nose after that. Let all the water come out. Blow your nose, like both sides, blow your nose, put the tissue inside, flush it down the toilet, and it'll clear out your sinuses. I do this right before bedtime. Then get Breathe Right nasal strips and put it over your nose to open up your sinuses, okay? That'll help with the congestion from the yeast germ. And I'm also allergic to yeast toxins, so then make sure you take if you have allergies, and you probably do, take an antihistamine. I take Zyrtec, 24-hour Zyrtec, and I also take Sudafed. I take Sudafed and Zyrtec, right? And I take the Sudafed at bedtime. And it lasts for about 4 hours. That helps to clear it up. And that helps me sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I wasn't doing that routine. So do that, folks. That will help with the sinus congestion, okay? And keep doing the Gale command. Another thing, I'm finding, I don't know how Loree is doing this, but whenever I eat an apple, I usually chew on this side. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right underneath there, when I eat an apple, I get a sharp pain a sharp pain underneath the tongue. It even causes a laceration. I don't know if I can capture it here. I can't capture. Oh, camera. I don't have the best camera. But I do get a sharp pain underneath the tongue. And even lately, it's even caused bleeding. It just happens. Like if I chew an apple on this side, down here, I'll get a sharp pain underneath my tongue. And I think it's related to the yeast or some sort of brain control or technology, satellite technology. It's actually started causing bleeding on that side. Yeah, it feels like a knife is jabbing right down there, and then it goes away. But yeah, Loree McBride's got some pretty weird technology. So I'm just going to mention that I mentioned it to it's been happening for years, but it's been really bad this month. She's got some really weird technology. I think it's the closest thing. It's kind of similar to what they call trigeminal neuralgia or something, some fancy name. I can't remember the name of it. Some weird neuralgia, but I don't believe neuralgia causes bleeding. It's like an energy from the outside is being introduced into my nervous system, and it feels like a pin just went right down in there. It's like, you know? I'm just telling you, Loree McBride has got some really strange technology. Like one time she created a tweeter bird. But anyways, do that, folks. Another thing, drink lots of water. Your body needs water to clear out the germs. Like when I awakened this morning, I had a sharp pain in my hip. And I knew that was the yeast going to my hip joint. The yeast seem to be attracted to the parts of your body that are already inflamed or already swollen. It's like she's using brain control on me. The parts of your body that are already inflamed. I've noticed that about yeast. They're attracted to inflamed tissue. So if your tissue is already inflamed, I find actually doing aerobics, mild aerobics like walking and drinking lots of water, which helps your body to weed out the yeast toxin and the yeast. And you need to be taking your Seroquel. That actually helps with the inflammation. And like when I woke up this morning, I had a sharp pain in my hip. And so I drank lots of water and then it went away. So because my body using Seroquel, and you take the Seroquel at the same time every day. This is really important. And I even set an alarm because if it works 24/7 to remove the yeast from your body. And if you take it at different times, like if you take it at 6 p.m. one day and midnight another day, your body will have a 6-hour window where the yeast can get in there. And then your body has to catch up. And so you want to have a steady stream of Seroquel in your blood. Take it at the same time every day. Set your alarm if you have to. She uses brain control on me to try to get me to forget. So yeah, okay? Drink a lot of water. Do the Gale commandments. Do not give up. Try the Neti pot. I'll have a link. You can get this at Amazon. This is the exact one I use. I got it from my acupuncture doctor around 2010. When I was going to an acupuncture, I haven't seen her in years, but that was when I worked at Walmart, and Walmart covered it with my health savings account. I could pay for it with my health savings account, and I no longer have that, so I can't afford to see her anymore. But Brent told me I don't need to. He said if you do the Gale commandments, that's just as good. I'm actually healthier now than I was when I went to see her because of Seroquel. She told me, she said, you do have a yeast infection. And you know what she told me? She said it's never going to go away. She was the only doctor who was right about that. She said, this is something, Gail, you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life, I can tell. And she was right. Because once the yeast infection goes systemic, you have to deal that. I will need to be on Seroquel for the rest of my life because of this germ the Jesuits gave me. It's that entrenched in me. Brent Spiner, who's an MD, told me that she was a good doctor. So anyways, folks, I'm just making this video because I really feel for you all. I heard from somebody in Sydney, Australia. They said they're getting the germ out. They're seeing those same clouds out there like I've been showing in my videos. They said, well, apparently Loree is dropping the bombs worldwide. I believe she is responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic, which if it was correctly named, would be the Candida auris pandemic. I believe that people are dying from Candida auris complications. You see, if you have a Candida auris infection, it will weaken your immune system. And it will make it easier for even a cold germ to kill you. And especially if you're not on Seroquel. Now, if you're on Seroquel, you need to do all the Gale commandments. Exercise, get that blood moving, okay? Eat a balanced diet. Your body needs nutrition to have a strong immune system. I'm mentioning to deal with the yeast and to deal with stuffiness, I do this every day. Keep it clean. Wash this daily. I just use dish soap. I don't have a dishwasher. I just wash it with regular dish soap. Keep it clean. Don't use sink water. Use distilled water or spring water and put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt in there and mix it all up and then irrigate with it. My nose feels so good after I do the irrigation. In fact, if I wasn't doing that irrigation because of all the bombs she's dropping over my head, I would be so congested at night I wouldn't be able to sleep. And sometimes I have to irrigate more than once because more than once during the day because the germs are so bad in the air because of all the germs she's dropping. So just hold on, don't give up, okay? I want to let you all know what I do to deal with it. You can order that neti pot at Amazon. If not, just use any neti pot. Just get some, it really works. And whenever I catch a cold, which I haven't caught anything upper respiratory in like 10 years, but every time I go shopping, I wear the mask because I can't shop at Walmart now unless I wear the mask. But that's the only place where I wear it. And when I pay my rent or when I go to the bank to get quarters. So you may say, how do you feel about wearing the mask? Well, it's gotten to the point now where you can't shop unless you wear it. I don't know if it makes a heck of a lot of difference, but that's the way it is. So just do what I suggest, folks. I don't think you should wear the mask when you go out for a walk. You don't, no. But then I walk by myself. You know, there's a possibility though that if you don't wear the mask, even though I don't think it makes a heck of a lot of difference, Loree may put a super sick person in your path just to punish you for not obeying her edicts, and you might end up catching the flu or something. So I figure I wear it. Jesus did say you don't. Oh, I wear it when I'm indoors with other people, but I'm just giving you some strategies to deal with the congestion. I think people are getting sick from her bombs. I think the death certificate should say Candida auris and not COVID-19. They probably had a mixed infection. They probably had Candida auris plus COVID-19. If you have a mixed infection, you're already going to have upper respiratory symptoms from the yeast. And then you mix that with a cold germ or something, it would just make it absolutely miserable for you. Yeah. Just keep doing the Gale commandments. I thought I had bad symptoms because I have to irrigate every day using that. But when I read what some of my supporters are going through, they're having worse symptoms than me. And maybe they need to start doing this. Okay. I hope that helps. I forgot to say something. Since you're going to have to wait for this to come in the mail, for immediate relief, get a Saline nasal spray and just spray it up both your nostrils. You can probably get that at the drugstore. And there are generic versions of Breathe Right nasal strips because it's really expensive. Like Walmart has a generic. So just That's what I do. I get the generic version of Breathe Right nasal strips because they're expensive. I have to use those every day when I go to sleep. Though I found that I can get some free through my health plan. But before that, I was using the Walmart generic brand for Breathe Right nasal strips. But you know, while you're waiting for this to come in the mail, and if you don't want to get this one, they do have other neti pots. This is the only one I've been using. That's the one I got from my acupuncture doctor. But there are other ones out there that you might be able to get today if you just go drive out to like CVS or Walgreens. They might sell it. They might have it, and Walmart might have it. I don't know. But if you wanted to order the ceramic one like I have, I'll have the link for it where you can get it at Amazon. In the meanwhile, get a saline nasal spray. Spray it up both your nostrils. It'll help clear it out. And just follow the instructions on the back of the saline nasal spray. Okay? I think that will help.